Hey, and welcome everyone. We are on round 5 of LNR's team versus team Pool D. They get the honors tonight for some streaming to happen. The boys are most probably just about jumping into the qualifying, so let's have a look and see. Yes, they are about to start with qualifying. This should be interesting. We're at Suzuka. Let's see if Mr. Backmarker himself can not be the backmarker tonight. Azamalose, welcome. Yeah, as you say, make backmarkers great again. Well, let's see how that goes, man. Hopefully the back markers get to the front. Okay, and we are off with the gents heading out on the outlap. While everyone's getting going, let's share the stream. Send it to the LNR on Facebook. Of course, it will be on LNR on Discord. It will be on YouTube. It will be on Twitter. Check LNR out, Logistical Nightmare Racing. Check them out. Facebook, Twitter, Discord, every which place you want and can. So let's quickly share our lovely streams here this evening. Just drop it down. Like it is hot, as things are always hot when it comes to LNR and GT Sports. Okay, we are following DMR A Fenter. Hey, I wonder if he's family. I'm also A Fenter. Let's see. Then we got D-Man GT in second. Then we have got VA Jag. I will say Jag. Then there's our favorite person, the celebrity, the one, the only, Mr. Backmarker. Right, and then I assume one of the only aliens I'm aware of in this group, Tintin, he would be the man, you know, I assume the man to catch. Then we got Caviar Richard. Ooh, nice looking skyline there. Then clearly his teammate, oh boy, Big Chief. But is he from the 408? That will be the question. Then we've got Hollywood. Currently they're just running his laps in 8th. Then Mr. Wolfie. And then GT Racer. Right, so heading down for their one and only Super Pole lap. So A Fenter is the first one. Let's see what happens. As they go into turn 1. Just finishing up here with sharing our stream all over the place. Let's just see, do we want to share our stream with some more people? Let's jump into Facebook and just stream it, send it over to live stream anything, one of our great partners that share all kinds of motorsport across the country, in the world. So it is always great when we share stuff with them. So hit them up, give them a like, live stream anything. They are absolutely awesome to be at. So yeah, give them a like on Facebook, man. And away we go. That is it. All the streams have been done all over the place. So let's see. Here we got. Okay, we've missed some overtaking happening on qualifying. That's interesting. So we've got D-Man GT that seems to be in first place now. He looks to be the teammate for Backmarker, as they've got similar cars. Then you got V8 in his cool-looking Scirocco. Then you got Backmarker in 4th in his, well, stealthy-looking BMW. Will it be as quick as what it is looking stealthy? Then we got the legend Tintin in 5th, catching up to Backmarker, so that might slow him down. Then we got Caviar Richard. That is a freaking cool livery. I like that. Blue and orange is one of my favorite colors, so I like the blue, orange and the black, so that's full on LNR colors there. I see he's got something written on the back. What is it? Kalahari Boys. Okay, nice. So as you see, LNR is sponsored by Randburg Raceway, best indoor karting facility in Gauteng, as far as I'm aware, possibly in South Africa, because let's face it, everything is great that is in Gauteng, and karting is awesome. Right, then we have always got Steakhouse Red, as the guys are, whoa, let's see, that's going to be interesting. The guys running over the finish line. Well, we have got KVR Richards, pole position, 1.5 seconds ahead of VA Jag. Then you've got Big Chief, not from the 408, he's in third. Then we've got DMR backmarker, who clearly is not a backmarker at the moment. Then we've got Hollywood coming through to set a time, and there we go. Hollywood goes for pole position right at the end there. Where's his teammate? Teammate coming through. And then the boys jumping into the pits. They are busy swapping over to their compound on which they will start the race. So this should be interesting to see while we wait for them. So gents, if you aren't aware, we currently have the PC side of LNR. They've got 3 teams entered into a 24-hour at Kyalami. The race, I think, has come to an end about 5 minutes ago, if I'm not mistaken, or it is just about being wrapped up. So as far as I know, in the pro pool, we had, let's grab the names here quickly while we wait for the gents to get ready to get onto the grid. The pro pool, we had LNR Dream Team. That was consistent of Giancarlo Scula, aka Goalie, Jacques Racing, Ryan Bennington Berries, and Sean Stradom, aka Mr. Bar Blixem, and who else? I swear there was more. Sure, there was more drivers in that team. Right, well, according to the standings, Goalie, the guys are jumping into the pits, so I assume the race is done. So last time I checked, LNR Dream Team is in 4th spot. That puts them in 2nd place, and 2nd place in their group, and 4th overall, which would be quite awesome. And yes, it is only the 4 of them, so Sean, Jacques, Ryan and Giancarlo. If that is where they are finished, that is absolutely freaking well done to our boys in a 24 hours, showing what they are made of in the pro group. And then having a look here at the amateur group, here we had 2 teams racing. We had, let's find them here quickly, LNR Fanatic, consisting of Ruan van der Walt, Johan van der Merwe, Jerito, Mr. Coffeeman Montero, and Boss Man Sean Buck. They seems to have finished in 16th. I'm not sure if they are in different classes or not. And then the 3rd but not last, well, they are the last LNR Inter team, but they were not last. LNR Winschatten, if I've got that correct. Winschatten seems to be. There you had Robin van der Merwe, Gerrit Jansen van Vieren, Desmond Pullen, and your very own Anthony Wilson, who is the host for tonight's GT Sport Team versus Team Pool D race. The boys finished in 25th spot, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I'm seeing here. I think there was about 30 drivers in that race, so they were running quite well. I assume they've had some issues hit them. Alright, and here we go. The final is starting. So well done to those guys running that 24-hour race. That is absolutely epic, and it is just fantastic commitment there from the boys. So well done. And here we are at the start here, back in the team versus team Pool D. KBR Hollywood 1st, Richard 2nd, Wolfie 3rd, D-Man 4th, Tintin 5th. This is going to be interesting. Let's get some stats up here just in case. There we go. Let's go on board with KBR Wolfie as they wait for the lights to turn. And we are being hammered by the there we go. See them get away here, so let's drop back down to the field. They look close. Richard's got a fantastic pull away. He's just pulling away in the front. Let's see what's happening. Are they getting clean? That team gets clean through. And let's jump here. So we have got KBR Richards in that awesome looking Skyline, and he looks like he's just pulling away from the boys. Then you got D-Man up to second place and going to be chasing down that Skyline. Then we have got Mr. Hollywood in the third spot. Then Tintin, the supposed alien, as far as I'm aware, he's in fourth place. So come on, alien, get your butt into gear. And he's fighting it out with KBR Wolfie. That is some fantastic side-by-side action going through there. And then we have got Big Chief in sixth spot. Big Chief was rubbing, but as they say, rubbing is racing. And then we got Mr. VA Jag coming up to the hairpin here. Is he going to pull a move? We see that Big Chief is making knocks, and someone's just completely run wild. GT Racer has gone very wide. Mr. Venter is currently in ninth spot, and then our local celebrity Mr. Backmarker is sitting in eighth, doing the backmarker name justice right at the moment. But let's see if he can get up a little bit further. And back to the front, Richard is putting his ears flat. I wonder if he's gone for the soft compound. So it will be interesting, as the guys will need to pit, they will need to change some tires, they will need fuel. It will not just be a one lap dash type scenario to the end. 18 laps, and strategies will come into play. And at the moment, the race is seeming to be on for second spot between D-Man and Hollywood. And Hollywood's lost it. Hollywood's lost it completely. He is falling back. He is down to ninth. Sad. And GT Racer gets hammered from the back end of that back marker in his M4, and he just tries to drive straight through the Scirocco right there. Action seems to be happening all over the place. Tintin has found himself into third. I told you guys, Mr. Alien for this group is up to third spot. Let's have a look and see what's going on in the front. Richards has got he's got his ears flat. He's got that Godzilla purring away and just running for the hills. He is currently 2.2 seconds. That is a massive gap in one lap. 2.2 seconds. And he's okay, well, it was a standing start, but he is currently 1 second up on his initial first lap. Then we've got D-Man in his M4 trying to chase him down, and then we've got Tintin and VA Jag and KBR Wolfie all fighting together for the same piece of road here. VA Jag really looked like he almost made contact there, and Wolfie was having a deep look down there, but as we can see, V8 has got it tucked up. Tintin's going defensive. Is he going to try the cut back? He gives him a nudge, and that, I think, has given Wolfie a good run. Wolfie might have a run here on V8. Let's see what he does. It's kind of given Tintin just some breathing space there, half a second. That's some breathing space there for Tintin in his Phoenix Racing Aston Martin. And then we have got Tintin and V8 taking two different lines, and here comes Mr. Indy Oil, it seems. He's got some interesting liveries all over his car, and then you got Mr. Wolfie just looking. He's enjoying double slipstream mode at the moment. Are they going to make it through this corner safely, cleanly? Let's have a look and see. They all made it through, and let's drop down. There comes GT Racer, busy recovering from his spinning and going off, and as well as KBR Hollywood. Will Hollywood adjust his strategy and try something else due to him spinning out? Then we got Big Chief in 8th spot, and he's got a 1 second penalty. So Big Chief's got a bit of work to do there. He needs to be the Big Chief and put the hammer down. Then we got DMR A Fenter in his cool looking Phoenix Racing Aston running in 9th. And then we have got DMR backmarker. Something's happened because this poor boy's fallen straight to the back and looking for a way forward. Back at the front, almost 3 seconds ahead, is KBR Richard. In second spot, D-Man GT58, and then for third spot, oh wow, Tintin and V8 is at it again. V8's going for the inside, crossing over to the outside. Tintin's got the inside line, but if V8 holds this, he will have the inside line for the next two double right-handers. Let's have a look and see. Oh, it's gonna be close. No, he was not able to hold it, and they come up to the two right-handers, and he was not able to hold it. Let's see what happens. He runs a little bit. Wow, he runs way wide, gets all squirrely. That should give Wolfie a good run, and it seems like it is. And Wolfie has gone for the inside. He has slid that in there and just banged his way, and his teammate has just done a copycat move on V8's teammate. So that's two Toyotas doing the same move on two Scirocco's. That is absolutely fantastic, man. This is some good close racing going on here, boys, and they are not done, as V8 has gotten back past KBR Wolfie. And let's have a look as they head on down the back straight. Indy Oil, Eibach flashed all on the side of that Scirocco. Tintin might be pulling away from them just a slab bit due to them fighting with each other. And then you got Hollywood that has kept that gap over GTR Racer, and let's see if they will catch up to the boys in front. GT Racer slowly looks like he's catching up to them, and then you have got Big Chief in the background, and A-Fenter, DMR A-Fenter coming through. Looks a little bit like he's got some understeer going on there. And then you got, as his name is, Mr. Backmarker, putting the hammer down in the back, as we like it. That is where he is most comfortable, and that's where he wants to be. That is absolutely, but that M4 does look phenomenally cool, man. Right, back to the front we are, and we are on lap 4. KBR Richard, 3.5 seconds ahead, but he looks like he's starting to punish those tires and slip and slide. D-Man GT58 is 4 seconds, 3.3 seconds behind. Then you got Tintin in his Aston. He seems to have broken the toe of V8. V8 is trying to chase him down again. And then you've got KBR Wolfie, who now has a 2.4 second penalty. Ouch, that is going to hurt when they need to hit the pits. That hurts. Then you got his teammate Hollywood trying to chase him down. He's roughly about 4.5 seconds behind him, so that's going to take quite a bit of doing. And then looks like Big Chief has made a mistake, because Hollywood's just absolutely annihilated him. 3.3 seconds, where the previous lap at this point is when he overtook him. So KBR Big Chief has got, whoa, and there's a DMR A-Fit that just flashes through. He must have hit the wall there. That was insane. Here comes awesome looking DMR backmarker, and he is just throwing that BMW. Hey, look how cool that looks, man. That looks absolutely fantastic. Right, back to the front we go, and KBR Richard, he's just having it all his way. 3.2 seconds, the boys ahead. D-Man G58 in second spot, and then, oh, here we go. Rematch aplenty. V8 has caught up to Tintin. Tintin was relaxing too much, and V8 is having a look. Has he got the move done? Yes, he has. That is some, maybe he had a push to pass button, because wow, that Scirocco is flying. Let's have a look, and they now have Wolfie for close quarter company again. And how far back? Oh, so KBR Hollywood, not that far off. He's getting there, but oof, Wolfie's got a 3.3 second penalty, so he's cutting corners way too much and getting his backside handed to him with penalties. Now let's see if Tintin can run with V8. Does look like he's got quite a bit of understeer going through there. Let's have a look and see, is there any battles going on? It does not look like it. Currently we've got 10 drivers. We're on lap 5. Tintin, aka alien of the group, supposed alien of the group, sitting in fourth spot, so that's cool. And let's have a look, man. Let's see here. Wolfie has got a massive penalty, and I see Sharks Racing has sent me a message. He's supposed to complete a qualifying lap for the SOP Pro Series starting in 2 weeks time, but the boy's tired. I can only understand. Man, what a hammering. So well done to him. While as I say that, Wolfie fighting with V8, man, these boys are not giving up, and he's just muscling his way through. That's wow, this race is turning on its head, man. Absolutely fantastic. Just answering Jock here, I have asked for an extension for us to submit our TT times tomorrow, and I see some of the boys are just sending in where the results were. So let's quickly run through. So we got Richards in first, D-Man in second, and these boys aren't getting much of TV time because they're absolutely on their own. And then you've got Tintin, who keeps on trying to pull away, but V8 and Wolfie seems to just not want to let him go. And hello, Hollywood. Hollywood is coming. Hollywood is coming. In my opinion, Hollywood's in a better position than his teammate, because his teammate has got a 3.3 second penalty, which is bad. Alright, let's quickly have a look while these boys are fighting it out. We have got confirmation that Anthony says his team finished in 16th spot in the AM group out of 29 overall drivers. That is fantastic, man. Well done to your team. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, back to the action here. We have got KBR Wolfie, who is hounding V8 and who is in return trying to chase down Tintin, and it's as if Tintin is slow through these twisty bits and the boys catch up to him. Absolutely fantastic. Eleanor Mental Pandal, let's go. Yeah, man, let's go, let's go, let's go. These boys are putting up a show here for 3rd, 4th and 5th spot. That final podium is absolutely cracking, and Tintin's fighting them off best he can. V8 is having his hands full. Wolfie is kind of all over him, but that, as you can see, that 3.2 second penalty, that might hurt when he hits the pits, because it's going to hold him to serve that penalty. But for a consolation, his teammate, Mr. Hollywood, who had a big spin on turn 1, is, whoa, and Tintin has run off. Where's Tintin gone? Tintin ran off the track, and we now have V8 in 3rd spot. Tintin fighting back for 4th, taking back that 4th spot, and Tintin back into 4th. And what does Malossi say here? No, let's go. No, yes, Malossi, we need to go racing, man. Mental Banner, going to sleep now, tired of the 24. Yeah, man, I can only imagine that you boys are exhausted. Well done on that race, man. Absolutely fantastic, and great spirit to pop in to say hi to the gents here, to show your support after doing 24 hours. I try to follow as much as I can with you boys not sleeping much, and guys phoning each other awake. It looks like and sounds like it was a whole lot of fun, man. Absolutely awesome. Well, back to the racing we are, and we've got KBR Richards is in the pits, so that releases D-Man. He is changing tires. Let's have a look. Will he be putting in fuel? Yeah, fuel's going in. So V8 is also jumping into the pits, so boys are coming in for the pits. So let's have a look. So that releases D-Man. D-Man is now basically 10 seconds ahead. Tintin is in 2nd, and then he's got Wolfie, and Richards has filled that big gap, and he is full right, splitting the 2 Toyotas, and is jumping in 4th spot. And then you got Hollywood trying to do his recovery drive, who is in 5th place, and then V8, who is now exiting the pits in 6th. And then you got Big Chief fighting it out for 7th spot with GT Racer and a Fenter, who had a massive spin about 2 laps ago. And then Mr. Backmarker himself in the pits putting in fuel. So while he's last place, his teammate is 1st place. How awesome is that? That's absolutely fantastic. As we go back, we have got a 4-way battle, people. 4-way battle here for 3rd place. 2 Toyotas, 1 Aston, 1 Skyline, a Godzilla, and are those Supras? I think those are Supras, or are they 86s? I'm not 100% sure. Those do look like 86s, but nevertheless, Toyotas fighting it out with Skylines and an Aston. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, this the one on the Godzilla, it is freaking awesome. As Mental Panda once is saying, what's going on here. So yeah, man, it is cool. So we've got a 4-way battle for 3rd place, which is absolutely fantastic. And in my opinion, Wolfie is actually behind this entire group because he's got that 2.8 second penalty, which is going to bite hard. So yeah, let's see what happens. We got Tintin in 2nd at the moment, Wolfie 3rd, Richards 4th, and you got Hollywood 5th. Now, keeping in mind, in this group, Richards has already pitted, and there goes Wolfie and Hollywood. Oh, and Hollywood just about spun out there. He was saved by the auto pit of GT Sports. He can be so lucky. Okay, let's have a look, man. We have got D-Man in 1st. He's 11 seconds ahead, so he's running a great strategy. I wonder if he's going to try and half this. Let's have a look and see. We are on lap 8 out of 18, so one more lap and we are at the halfway point. Back to fighting. You've got Tintin and Richards fighting it out for that 2nd spot. Tintin does look like a slightly sit and duck. As there we go, Richards is going for the line. Tintin is playing the clever game. He's going for the outside there, but he's keeping the inside here. That's a fantastic move. But let's have a look. So Tintin's going to try and hold the inside line for the hairpin. What will Richards do? Is he going to dive him? Is he going to nudge him? Is he going to try the undercut? Let's have a look and see what he does. Ooh! I almost thought he was going to tap him there. It really looked like tap was on the cards there. 4th spot we got V8. 5th you have got GT Racer fighting it out with Hollywood. And you have got a Fenter who somehow has got himself back in a fighting chance here, which is awesome, man. Absolutely awesome to see. So now we've got 2 battles going on. We've got a battle for 2nd spot. Oh boy, KB Wolfie has left the room. He has been probably disconnected. That is absolutely horrible news, man. So we've got Tintin and Richards fighting it out here for 2nd and 3rd spot. And then you got V8 in 4th. And then you got Hollywood and A Fenter fighting it out for 5th and for 6th and 7th spot. And kind of 5th place with GT Racer. So GT Racer and VA Jag and Tintin is in the pits. Okay, so Tintin's in the pits. Then you got VA Jag, GT Racer, and Hollywood. And whoa, Hollywood's going for it. Is he going to stop? Oh, Hollywood barely stopped at it just in time. Absolutely fantastic. Late as late can be on the brakes there. Cheers, Mental Panda. Enjoy. You deserve. Go grab some sleep. Hopefully you feel nice and fresh tomorrow. And here we go. Wolfie has joined the game, so that's a disconnect for him, but at least he's back in. Hopefully he can join the race. That's all we can hope for. Let's see. I don't think he would be able to, so he's just going to be able to sit and watch the race, unfortunately, which will be a bit of a sucky part, but I guess that's how the cookie crumbles, eh? So we have got Big Chief in 8th spot, DMR backmarker in 9th, and a 2.5 second penalty just for the good measure. And then you got D-Man 12.6 seconds ahead of Richard. So D-Man is coming to complete lap 9, so he's gone half distance. So he's running a completely different strategy to KBR Richards with that 12.2 second gap. Then you got Richards in 2nd, who's 15 seconds ahead of V8, who's in 3rd. And because Tintin did the pit stop, as we're watching, you have got Hollywood jumping in past GT Racer, and then you got A Fenter who's trying to overtake him, and with that you have got Tintin coming up behind him. How's it, Mr. Sean? Are you feeling, bud? Are you awake? 24 hours. Well done on your 2nd place in the pro group and 4th overall. So I guess pro group is aliens and pros together, so absolutely awesome. Well done, gents. It's always good to know that LNR represents, and LNR was kicking butt. Absolutely fantastic. But back on track here things are insane. We currently have Richards, who has taken the lead as D-Man has jumped into the pits for his fuel and tyres, and you got V8 in third. But the big thing going on here is fourth spot with Hollywood and Fenter that are fighting it out, and then right behind them you have got Tintin, who's trying to come back after he's done his pit stop with GT Racer, and then you got Big Chief that is kind of doing his thing there in the back, and then DMR backmarker making us all proud and being the backmarker as they say, you know. And then we got Richards here and his lovely looking LNR colored skyline. So what does the guys say here on the chats in the stream? So Jacques says, yo Paul, RainMeister with his smooth commentary voice. Oh geez, I sound a bit hoarse tonight, but we shall try and be as smooth as the Jacques can be, you know. We'll try and be Jacques and channel his inner smoothness. Sean says he is tired. I can only imagine that you guys are absolutely exhausted. Shark says he's in bed already, but this race is looking good. This race is fantastic. It is fantastic. Hollywood spun on lap 1 and kind of fell right to the back of the field, and he is busy having a race of his life to get back to the front guys. Don't know if he'll catch KBR Richard in front, but he sure as hell is putting on one heck of a show, putting it in fourth at the moment, and basically got third literally right in front of him. So this is going to be awesome stuff. So get your popcorn, get your juice, get a beer. Sean, you maybe get some coffee, because otherwise you're going to fall asleep. Jacques, put the beanie on, keep the head warm, and hold on tight, because this is a rocky road. So we got Tintin in 6. He's trying to catch up to his teammate DMR A Fenter in 5th spot, and then in 7th we got GT Racer, and then you got Big Chief in 8th, and backmarker DMR backmarker in the last position in 9th. Back to the front, Richards, who is 14.5 seconds ahead. That is an insane margin. Nobody's going to catch this man unless he makes a mistake. Kalahari Boys is just going to run away with this. Absolutely dominance. Then you got D-Man, who's just about done the same thing, but look just in the background. You got V8 and KBR Hollywood. You've got Toyota versus VW. Scirocco versus, I assume, a Supra or an 86. They look so similar, but basically a hatchback versus a not so hatchbacky car. I can't say that's a saloon because it's still a 2-door, so should be interesting. These boys have been at it, and then just to add some measure to it, A Fenter is trying to catch up to them, so hopefully he can. Let's see. In bed, sitting on the couch, about to get into bed. Yep, that's it, boys. Don't worry, Paul, you will join us soon. Oh yes, absolutely. Cannot wait for that. April is coming, and it's coming fast. It's called a cop blanket. That's a beanie, a cop blanket. Absolutely fantastic. As Hollywood takes a look, this is where Hollywood is absolutely dominant. Oh, and V8 has run wide. He's run off the track. He has basically handed that place to Hollywood, but Hollywood has been, this is his part of the track where he is just so dominant. It is crazy. Now to see, Hollywood's got clean air. Will he catch D-Man GT58? That'll be the question. $1 million question right there, man. So let's have a look here. There's one thing we cannot take away from GT Sports, and that's the great graphics for a PS4 game. Absolutely, bud. And the awesome spectator mode for streaming. It is so cool. I mean, we can go inside the car, look at that Kazoo racing steering wheel. I mean, it is fantastic. You can watch the mirror, you can be on top of the roof looking at the bonnet, you're looking at the car, you know, hanging on the back with straps to make sure, ooh, and he's squealing through the corner. So yeah, it's absolutely freaking awesome, man. That GT Sports, even though it's an old game, it is still cool as hell. The Scirocco will pull the 86 on the straight. I hope so, but V8's going into the pit, so let's see what happens. I assume that's his final pit stop that he will be doing for the day. Let's see. So what's happening? So we got A Fenter in the pits, we got V8 in the pits, got GT Racer in the pits. Boys are swapping over to softs. V8 seems to have gone for mediums now. No, there we go, he's gone to softs as well. So everyone is on softs that are coming out the pits. You got Richards, who is absolutely dominating. This guy, Kalahari boys, is just, he needs to slow down. He's got that steakhouse red sticker on his car and he's doing it absolute justice. Or maybe it's the Sky Coffee that he's got in the tank. One of the two. I wish ACC console can take some notes from GT Sports. Yeah, man, send him a strongly worded email. So KBR Richards in first place. Boys, 12.5 seconds ahead. Sunday cruise is all that is required at the moment. He's still got 6 laps to go. Then you got D-Man GT58, who's in second spot, but looky look, here comes Hollywood. Hollywood's 5.6 seconds behind, so let's see what he can do with 6 laps to go. He will need to catch him by probably about a second a lap. I don't see that happening, but who knows. Then you got Big Chief, who's in 4th spot. Hey, he's worked his way up, but I think it might be strategies that's coming into play here. Then you got Tintin. I thought he was our regular alien in my book, so still calling him Mr. Alien in this in this lobby. So he's currently in 5th spot, having a great race with his teammate right behind him, DMR A Fenter. And then you got V8 who pitted, who is now in 7th spot, needing to make up a lot of time. GT Racer, his teammate, is in 8th, but he's got a 2.5 second penalty, which is going to hurt. Then we got DMR Backmarker, who's doing his backmarker thing, but he has a 6.4 second penalty. Where has he gone? DMR Backmarker, keep it on track, bud. There's no shortcuts here. You get penalties for going shortcut. This is not no taxi here. Taxi can't go nowhere it wants to. Got to keep it straight, bud. 6.4 seconds. That's quite a hectic penalty. Right, Mr. KVR Richards just doing his thing. 12 seconds ahead. So D-Man has taken maybe about half a second out of him, but Richards is just 5 laps to go. He's just in control. You got D-Man 2nd place, but that gap to Hollywood is not coming down. It's still sitting at 5.6. So I think if nothing goes wrong or nobody's pitting or doing any funny business, top 3 will be solidified, because Big Chief is 20 seconds behind Hollywood. But oh, looky, we got 2 Astons fighting it out, nose to tail. Tintin trying to hold of his teammate, A Fenter. Let's have a look. Fenter looking to the outside, looking to the inside, trying to do a cutback, switch back, drag your attention out into the mirror type stuff. Let's see what he does. Oh, and his teammate gives him a little nudge. That's such a sneaky move right there. So sneaky. Let's have a look and see what the boys are saying on the stream. Jacques always making us laugh. Malose, good tech, my bro. Never. Check these 2 Astons, boy. Check these Astons going at it. 2 teammates. Tintin's already done the sneaky with a bump and grind and run away, but A Fenter's not giving up. He's coming for this. He's trying to have a look, and as they are, they're catching up to poor Big Chief. And I got to say, like, Big Chief, because that's Big Chief from not the 405, you know, not the 405. But Big Chief needs to hold him off here, because if he doesn't, it's just going to be a slaughter fest, because those Astons are going to char him up for brekkie. Let's have a look. Tintin's gone defensive. DMR A Fenter has gone for the usual racing line, and then he's jotting left, he's jotting right. Is he going to stick it down the inside, in the middle, the outside? Which way will he go? Well, Tintin looks like he's got it done. I see that both Richard and Hollywood have jumped into the pits, and Tintin has got it done, but will he keep it? And then you've got Big Chief. Big Chief's trying to hold off Fenter. Fenter's going for it. Fenter's going to take... Oh, Fenter has been reset back to track. Poor Fenter. I thought he outbraked himself, but here we go. Tintin into the pits. Big Chief into the pits. V8 coming around. V8's not in the pits, so Big Chief not in the pits. Fenter is not in the pits, so that's awesome. So we got D-Man with 4 laps to go, who is sitting in first place, 7 seconds, call it 7 seconds ahead of KBR Richard, who did a pit stop, who is now in second place, who had a dominant dominant lead. So I wonder that all will come down if D-Man has to do another pit stop. Shark says GT Sport definitely looks good even after 3 years since release. Ah yeah, absolute fantastic. I vote Paul for the new F1. F1 commentator. You would get tired of me listening to me for 3 hours, but absolutely 3 hours. But then again, it's all about who does. That does depend who does the racing, because these boys are absolutely fantastic, man. D-Man sitting pretty in first. KBR Richard needs to put the hammer down and try and catch up to him. Hollywood in third. I mean, that's a fantastic recovery drive from last to third is awesome. Then you got V8 sitting pretty in fourth spot, 2 seconds ahead of A Fenter, who is 5 seconds ahead of his teammate Tintin, but I think A Fenter still needs to do a pit stop. Big Chief in 7th, then you got GT Racer right behind him in 8th spot, and then you got DMR Backmarker, who is in 9th spot and 25 seconds behind GT Racer. So currently we got KBR Richards, who has got the fastest lap of the race, and you got D-Man, who is now 5.7 seconds ahead of Richards. Richards is closing down the gap. So not much going on at the moment. The boys are spread a little bit, so we'll have to wait for some action to come our way. It does look, however, KBR and GT Racer looks like that might be the closest battle at the moment. So let's have a look and see. So let's go on board with GT Racer in his Scirocco, and let's have a look how he goes through here. A slight lift, lots of understeer, hits the brakes at the 100-meter mark and throws it in on the right side. And does he run the curve? Runs the curve on the left and then just lets it fizzle out. Oh, and as you can see, Big Chief is putting up the stops. He's wiggling all over the place, and GT Racer trying to catch up to him. Let's have a look and let's go on board with KBR Big Chief as he goes into turn 1. Absolutely fantastic. Whoa, runs it way wide. Let's see. We should have, no, I thought we might have a mirror full of Scirocco, but we don't. That Godzilla does not look happy, I have to say. How's it, Anthony? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have got, I shall recap. Number 1, D-Man GT58. He is 5.4 seconds ahead of the guy that was basically leading this race from the start, KBR Richards. The only thing I'm waiting to see is if D-Man runs to the end, because Richards looks like he's got an unstoppable speed, but strategy might be he's done in here. Then Hollywood in 3rd, got V8 in 4th, and then you got Tintin doing his smooth moves in 5th spot. Then you got A Fenter in 6th. Then you've got Big Chief in 7th, and right behind Big Chief you've got GT Racer, and then cruising around with his very yellow helmet there, looks like a Senna-esque helmet, DMR Backmarker in 9th spot. Let's have a look and see who's doing what. So that does look like a backmarker that is there, or is it not? No, not a backmarker. It is KBR Richard, who is 4.7. So he is currently catching up, but 2 laps to go, plus the one they're on, so 3 laps. I'm not sure if he's got enough time to catch up. Hollywood's definitely not catching up to anyone. He's going to solidify his 3rd place, which will be awesome. And oh boy, we have got V8 in the pits. This will be interesting. So V8 is in the pits. When will he come out? Let's have a look. He's taking a stop now. What is he doing? He's taking tires. Some more tires, and he pops out. Where does he pop out? And A Fenter is finally into the pits. So V8 filters out in 5th spot. How close to Tintin will he be? He is roughly about 5 seconds behind. That is a shame. I really thought he was going to be a little bit closer, man. So Big Chief 6th spot, GT Racer trying to clear that 2.6 second penalty, A Fenter in 8th, and then Backmarker coming through in 9th spot. He has at least brought his 6 second penalty down to 3 seconds, which is great to see. Back at the front, D-Man GT58, the gap 4.1. Da-dum-dum-dum. I can almost hear it from KBR Richard's side, and it's going da-dum, 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 da-dum. I wonder if he's got the Jaws music playing in his ear and just trying to catch up to D-Man. He has got just under or just over 2 laps to do it in. I don't know if he's got the speed. Tintin is sitting pretty in 4th spot. I don't know if V8 is going to catch him. He's 3.5 seconds behind. And then you've got Big Chief that is 6.5 seconds behind V8. And then A Fenter, who's 10 seconds behind him, and then GT Racer 11 seconds behind Fenter, and then Backmarker 8 seconds behind GT Racer, which is actually not bad. So at the front, D-Man looks like he will run this race to the end. That will be absolutely fantastic and a brilliant strategy if he pulls this one out, because he's going to basically have stolen this race from under KBR Richards' nose. That would be phenomenal. So we are on the penultimate lap. One more and it's checkers. And let's see what happens. Hollywood in 3rd. Tintin is in 4th, cruising on his own. You got V8 in 5th spot. Mr. Big Chief in 6th. In his Kalahari Boys Nissan Skyline LNR Logistical Nightmare Racing colours, with the side swipe of Randburg Raceway, and on the back he's got some Eibach happening, he's got some Sky Coffee, on the front you got Steakhouse Red with some Sky Coffee, and of course he's got the V-Power happening. So let's jump back to the front, and the gap is coming down 3.6 seconds. Ooh, things are getting tricky. Will he be able to get closer? He can see him. It has to eat him up alive, being able to see the win just in front of him. The gap's down to 3.5 seconds. I'm tippy-toeing here. I cannot wait to see what happens. Hollywood's in 3rd spot. Solid drive. Tintin has basically comfortably got his 4th spot there. Then you got V8 that might try and catch up to him. Gap's only 2.5 seconds. Then Big Chief in 6th spot, just keeping it together, making sure, run the laps, finish the race. Then you got A Fenter in 7th spot, GT Racer 8th, Backmarker in 9th. Right, back to the front, and we have got 3.3 second gap. Oh boy. Catch your breath. This is hard work, man, hard work. When you get excited to see what happens, who's going to take that W? Who's going to be on the top step of the podium? Will it be stealthy looking BMW with no sponsors? That must be a stealth BMW. D-Man GT, I think the CIA is called. They want their undercover BMW back, man. Send it back their way. So the gap is down to 3 seconds. We are on the final lap. I don't think it's going to happen unless D-Man makes a mistake. Richard will not catch him at all. Godzilla did not have the power today for the mighty German BMW. Oh, you know what they say, BMW is sheer driving pleasure. And I think D-Man GT58 at this moment is absolutely having a pleasure driving this thing. The gap's down. No, it's not. Up. It's 3 seconds. Oh, this is a killer. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic, man. We got KBR, Hollywood in 3rd, Tintin 4th, V8 still in 5th, Big Chief 6th spot, A Fenter 7th, GT Racer is in 8th, and DMR Backmarker is in 9th. So final lap, halfway around, gap is down 2.6 seconds, but I just do not think that Richards got it. They are just about to the part of the track where, unless D-Man GT makes a mistake, the fat lady will sing his tune. We will have to ask him what his tune is, but she will be singing his tune. Malossi, my man, what's happening, bud? It's a great race. Absolutely fantastic. So in all honesty, KBR Richard, he had the pace to just run away with this race. D-Man did not have the pace. However, D-Man had the strategy, and at the end of the day, clever strategy will always beat pure speed. It is just a fact. And as D-Man GT finishes the chicane, comes through the last corner, weaving across the track and absolutely taking the W. Well done to Richards, coming in second place. That's got to be a little bittersweet. What a recovery try from Hollywood from last to third place. Well done. Well done, Hollywood. That was fantastic in your Toyota, man. And then we've got Tintin, who all of a sudden has V8 for very, very close proximity, man. Say what? Malorsia is backmarker. Oh boy. So why is backmarker commentating on the stream while he's driving? No wonder he's getting track penalties. Well, we wait for Tintin to come across, coming through the final quarter, and Tintin takes his epic fourth spot. V8 takes fifth place, and then we got Big Chief coming through. This is Big Chief, not from the 405, but from South Africa. Coming through for his sixth place, doing a ziggy-zag. Takes it, well done, sixth spot for you, Big Chief. And then seventh for an awesome drive, I think, for A Fenter. I assume that is an Australian flag. So he's in seventh. And then we have got number 8 coming into the chicane, or as Siri calls it, the chickens. So coming through the chickens is GT Racer. Final corner, slowing down. I don't know why he's slowing down. Waiting for backmarker, and he takes 8th spot, and here comes Malose taking 9th in his backmarker car. Awesome, gents. So that's it, final result. There we go, boys. D-Man, KB Richards, and Hollywood. That is your top 3. And off to victory lane we go for D-Man GT58. Well done, G-Man, on your victory. As you can see, he's taken 3 spots. Well done, guys. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. That was a great race from me, RainMeister, aka Paul Venter. I say to you, good night and enjoy.